Welcome back to the Kawicki Driver Development Program YouTube channel. I'm Casey Campbell, and thanks for tuning in. We are pleased to be joined by this week's past winner at the Wenatchee 200 up at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. That is, of course, 2024 KDP finalist Evan Goetz from Okanagan, Washington. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Man, if there was anyone that needed a win, it was you. It's not been the best start to the season for you, but what a way to get it done in pretty much I can consider that in your area's probably biggest race up in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I think it goes in between the Fall Classic and the Wenatchee 200 now.
Yeah. Okay, so what was it like to get the big win and to just really get because you've had some bad luck, some DNFs, some things not of your own doing and all that. But what was it like to get that big win Saturday night?
It's a huge deal for us. We really needed that. Our confidence level was kind of at a down low. The team was, I was, but we always had a chance to win. We knew we were fast. We just thought that we had some real bad luck going on, and eventually it would go away. And it did, and it chose the right race to do it because Tom was there. He was really, really cool guy to talk to.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people in the stands. It was just a great race to perform at.
Course, yeah, of course, the KDP executive director Tom Roberts was there. And no, obviously, I know he's good friends with Jeremy Anders, of course, who is the track promoter at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. And one of the this is and what those guys have done over there at that facility. I know racing. I know we've had a lot of our fair share of drivers from your area. Of course, we've had at least one the last 4 years, Cole Raz in 21, Hayden the last 2 years, and then you. But what is racing like up in the Pacific Northwest for people that may not know?
Racing up here is like, man, it's hard to explain, but it's completely different than going back east and racing. I know that. Like even racing with Bubba Pollard, it was completely different than how somebody else from the Northwest would race you. Like you got guys like Hayden, they'll race you so good, so clean the entire race. You can do the entire race without a mark, and then other races, you got a total race car. You never really know what's going to go on. It gets a little dicey every once in a while, but that's racing.
Yeah. Talk about what that track has done because with what Wenatchee and all that stuff. I mean, 40,000 to win. That's a big deal. One of the biggest purses in short track racing. There's only probably about a few other races that can say that they offer more. Of course, with the Derby and Slinger Nationals and stuff. But what was it like to see what that facility has kind of turned into up at the Super Oval?
It's really, really cool to watch that racetrack grow because a lot of racetracks in the Northwest are dying. They're losing fans. And, I grew up there. I watched my dad race there since I think I was like 4 weeks old when I went to my first race.
Ah,
And I watched my dad growing up there, and just watching it develop is super, super cool. And the races they're coming up with, and all the new drivers that are coming through, including me. I haven't been racing prolates for very long or supers. But it's really cool to watch that place grow and the fans, more and more fans, almost every race, and the promotion like Racing America or NCW Live. It's really cool to watch.
yeah. Okay, so I know you've been up to a lot lately this season. So I know outside of this race, you've been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of there's also a lot of changes going to be happening with what you guys are going to be doing. And I know you're in the process of trying to figure all that out. What has it been like since what is the plan for the rest of the season there, Evan?
We're going to be running a lot of prolate races this year. We really want to get this 22 car that we have dialed in. We're trying to start our own like development program, I guess you could say, or like racing team
Right.
with Sessler and me, both prolate cars. So we want to start getting our prolates really dialed in at every single track. So then we can, let's say we want to move up to supers and we can be fast in the supers with both cars. But I won't be racing a lot of super late races this year. Um, yeah, just mostly pro late races now, and I think I've got 16, 17 races lined out still.
Yeah.
So we should be good there. We're gonna go to a new track this year. That'll be cool. We'll go down to Evergreen Speedway,
Yeah.
some pro late races down there because that's actually where Gabe lives, is like 5 minutes away from the speedway, which is pretty cool.
Right. Reminder, who is Gabe again?
Gabe Sussler is one of my good buddies.
Okay.
We did not know this, but we grew up together. We didn't even know each other. We raced go-karts like forever. And I was at the Idaho 200 and he invited me to go to Denny's with him and his girlfriend and Hayden. Hayden was there and a
Yep.
bunch of other people. And then we just started hanging out ever since. And I started helping him with his legend car and was like, hey, you want to race a pro late? And he's like, yeah. So put him in a pro late. He's been doing really good. So we're gonna keep on running that car with him.
Yeah. So I know, do you know when your next super late race is?
I'd probably have to say the Summer Showdown at Evergreen Speedway.
Okay. Just so you know, that's one of the tracks that KDDP has not yet won at. So, as you probably have known, I've been going through the archives, for the some of that stuff. Of course, Evan became, I believe, the 36th different winner for the program, and only the third winner at Wenatchee, and the first winner at the first current finalist that has won the Wenatchee 200. Of course, I say current because Cole Raz won it last year. So we haven't had you on since since the announcement that you were going to be in the program. But how has it been this last few months since you've been in here? How have things have been going?
You know, the racing side, it's been kind of rough, but the motivation to keep going from you guys is top of the board. Like you guys are the kind of the reason why my
Yeah,
confidence never really got to rock bottom because I still knew I had a chance and I have something to keep racing for.
really.
Um, yeah, it's just a great deal for me.
I see you've been doing some of the stuff. You've also been doing some charitable stuff as well. I've seen a couple of things. Talk about what you're doing there.
You know, I'll go to the racetrack and help somebody out. I love helping people.
Okay.
I go to the racetrack and I go help out my girlfriend McKenna. She races a Roadrunner, and
Yeah.
me and her dad will work on that thing until it's fast, and she'll go out and run. And then her siblings race quarter midgets. I know how to set up a go-kart pretty good, so I go help out them. Um, I did some bikes for book stuff with a bunch of kids at the elementary school in
Awesome.
Okanagan. Yeah, I've been doing a good amount, I think, here and there, giving out stuff at Wenatchee, helping the racetrack at Wenatchee, painting all the start finish lines and start
Awesome.
box and everything, all
Yeah.
the walls.
Yeah. Um, and I know you're going to be and let's talk about where you're heading next because you got two pro late races this weekend at, I believe, State Line Speedway.
Yeah, I got two twin 50 races Saturday night at State Line Speedway.
Yep.
We're gonna bring both cars there, but we're only gonna have one driver. So the Idaho 200 is coming up, and Gabe wants to race the Idaho 200. So this is the test run for his car at Idaho because that car hasn't been there in 2 years, so we don't know what it's gonna do. So we decided let's bring it and just practice it, you know. And if it's better than my car, I might as well race it.
Okay. Hey, you never know what can
Yeah,
happen. So we'll have to see how all that shakes out. But Evan Goetz, thank you so much for the time as always. Congrats on winning the Wenatchee 200, and we'll look forward to having you on again. And best of luck at State Line this weekend.
thank you. Thanks for having me.